Deputy Speaker, 63 tests, 2,201 runs at 24.45, including 3 test centuries. 248 test wickets at 27, including a best return of 7 for 72. The figures don't really compare with what happens in today's busy test cricketer's life. More than that, they do not speak to the nature of the play, the aggression and the thought he put into his game, and how he changed the game for the better. When I was a child, Graham Mackenzie retired with 246 test wickets. In our backyard games in Texas, the conspiracy theory was that Richie Benaud could not stand the thought that someone would overtake his record as Australia's greatest wicket taker. That theory didn't last long. When the great Dennis Lillee took his 249th test wicket, the first person to congratulate him was Richie Benaud. Similarly, when Dennis Lillee had Larry Gomes caught by Greg Chappell at slip at the MCG for his 310th test wicket, passing the West Indies' Lance Gibbs as the world record holder then, the first person to offer congratulations was Richie Benaud. Deputy Speaker, I played some rugby in my day. I was never any good, but I also judge all things of sport by how it was perceived by me as a young person, playing the game I loved. The difference between me and Richie Benaud, apart from talent and dedication, is that he never looked at the game from the perspective of what it was like in his day. He marvelled at a young Tendulkar. He spotted Brian Lara as this wristy left-hander and told everyone how great this boy would be. He saw Shane Warne get carted for plenty against Ravi Shastri and still saw this young man as the future of cricket. Deputy Speaker, I always wanted to ask Richie Benaud about Keith Miller. Richie played with both Miller and Alan Davidson, and all three were great all-rounders for our country. But none had the absolute brilliance of Miller. I wanted to know who he would pick in his team out of Davidson and Miller, knowing full well it would be Miller. But to have him explain to me what it was like on the field with this man would have been something. I'll now have to wait until I get an interview with Ian Chappell, my cricket hero, to find the answer to that question. Deputy Speaker, watching the documentary on the West Indies tour of the 60-61 series versus Australia is an insight to the man and the competitor that was Richie Benaud. He was never in awe of batsman the man, but respected the greatness of his cricket. We all know now and look back on this tour with the romanticism of a game reborn. The likes of Gary Sobers, Wes Hall and Frank Worrell took on the Australians of Norman O'Neill, Alan Davidson and Richie Benaud. We remember with great fondness the Tide Test in Brisbane and this magnificent game of cricket. And when Bradman came down to congratulate Richie on what was a first for Test cricket, and something that would see the coffers of the ACB swell to overflowing, Richie lamented that it was a game that got away, that they should have won. Oh, how I love a man who loves to win. Deputy Speaker, you can't discuss the life and times of Richie Benaud without mentioning his sense of humour. Billy Birmingham, the 12th man, has done the commentary team for over a generation. You would swear by Richie's deadpan manner and the professionalism with which he always did his job that this was a serious man devoid of a sense of humour. I'm told that in a room of very strong personalities, he knew exactly what to say and when. He did not have to say a lot. He just knew what to say and when to do it. Richie Benaud and I could never have been friends. He always said the secret of great commentary was knowing when to say nothing. And there are a few of us in this place who could learn a thing or two from him in that respect. Summer will never be the same without him. But I reckon Richie would just say that his place would be taken by someone else sooner or later, and that he would wish them all the best. I think that he would be up there now talking with Alan McGilvray about the great batsman he saw, the next great batsman, or some kid he saw in a net in Western Sydney really giving it a rip. Vale Richie Benaud, a truly great Australian. I think the House.